Hello, everyone. Generally, I hear space time, communication all levels, track interference, line conditions, space time, activate stream interference, location all levels, coming into line system. To understand, it's important to understand what's going on, right, through your avatar stream. 5-10 minutes will get you guys started. Right now, the rebellion is going to set up sequence locations. Basically, trying to understand is stay in your heart. That's the most important thing. Stay within your system, stay within your own lane. Don't worry about what the rebellion is doing. Don't worry about the GFLs. Don't worry about your units or calculations or anything in a system. Focus on yourself. You're here to remember who you are. That's what this school is, and it's all about. Okay, 5-10 minutes, we'll get started. So what I'd like to do is basically start off, because there's a lot of new people coming in now, is really start off, what is all this all about? What does this all mean? What is the triangle? What does it resemble? How do you calculate this? How do you modify this? How do you use it through equation? How do you understand the formula? Well, it's true to understand that if you put yourself in positions, once you get a higher level system, you don't really have to use the number sequence because it's already in position. But you start off with this, very basic, very easy. Okay, 3, 6, and 9. Now, 3 position locations is all level to the sun. All right, there's the sun. Right now, you're thinking, well, wait a minute, where's the flux capacitor? I thought it has to be in line center. In position location, it's already there in track center because it's used to the 9 system, right? Your 9 system is the 1%. Okay? So that 1% always stays in the center operation. See, I'm in the center of everything. Here, always in the center. The only thing you have to work on is the 3. 3's position location of the sun, right? So when you calculate and modify this, 6 is locations to all levels of the moon. Okay? So the moon can crossover signal, the 3 can downshift line center, and the 9 can move around in position, location, to calculation. All right? So it's just basically understanding that you're not drawing anything. You're understanding you through travel. And this is how you get all levels through surrender and abundance. So your platitude divisions are already set in sequence. It's in this 5-dimensional line system. Trying to understand me is trying to understand me through vibration. Okay. It's all about understanding all levels. You got vibration here. 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 Right? That's all we are. All levels of vibration. Right? You have to learn how to balance these out every single day. And the only way to do it is through travel, through 3, 6, and 9. Okay? It gives you all point system locations. It's all about understanding this, and this, and this. All right. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 signals of vibration. All right. So try to understand the abundance is that is trying to understand the locations of the ground system. You have the ground line center. Okay. Now you can do a fluctuation line stand right in position locations to direction. All right. You can set up a all level rotation of protection line connections. It's a shield. So, and then you open up the cycles line interference, right? And then you platitude division locations to all levels of its intelligence. See? Intelligence, right? All through vibration. Now, if the intelligence wakes up the signal, it comes in position location to calculation. All right? Interesting, right? So it modifies all levels of you. Try to understand that you are drawing you every single day, which is amazing. So, in calculations, today we're going to travel to all levels of California. Now, we went back in track center. I think it was like three weeks ago, 1 month line center before track position of past line. Now, when I calculate and modify, the rebellion in the GFL recognizes me through vibration, not by calculation, right? So to recognize anything is the vibrations that come out. It's rhythm patterns in position. Okay. So you're voicing channels. You're sending out sonar to people. Right. So recognize all line center. Now you get in position locations of the alpha wave. Get in position locations of delta waves. Get in position locations of theta, beta, and omega. Okay. Now, it calculates all levels of U through stream interference. Now, it gets complicated when you understand more position, location, and calculations. So as we get into track centers, once you understand the 3, 6, and 9, okay, now I don't have to add the numbers because it's already in sequence. It's already in storage. It's already in the mainframe. It's already in its cloud system. It's interfacing right now, right? 3, 6, and 9. You have to learn that you are always in the center of operation of the 1%. Okay? The 1% is you, always you, which is you through the physical line center of the ground center position. Okay, so it's very fascinating when you come into that, traveling through that position locations, right? But you can't travel through it until you set up the security fence, right? You always have to. If you split it in the center, you have space and you have time. You can't float in space. You have to be in a tunnel. You have to create your portals. You have to create your plasmas, your security lines, your security line defense positions. 12 line center is what you have, your 12 DNA, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 right there. So that's 12 division locations of clocking through travel. Now, when you go through that position locations, you can high rise and protect it through position, right? Understanding the calculations all levels of space-time is all levels of U through the center of operation of 1%. The only thing that you move is the mind, the heart, and the soul. The body stays here. Hello. Body's here, 1%. Okay? Up here, 100%. Here. It's the mind. It's the grounds of the mind. Not this. The mind up here, right? But it's here. It's the heart. So understanding that through track system, then you understand the calculations all levels, how you can change positions through 3, 6, and 9, all through the sun and all through the moon. So when you create the space and time code, time frequency, time clocking, now you're coming into calculations of 3, 6, 9, the higher levels of travel. Okay? So I'm trying to simplify it for you guys. Sometimes it gets complicated, but the rebellion understands me all through vibration. Okay? So this is the avatar where you have to understand all levels when you come into position, alpha, delta, theta, beta, and omega, all through this, through sonar. So it sets out signals and position locations, alpha waves, delta, theta, beta, omega. You have to truly understand that. The microvalve communications, the measuring line and line condition rotation, it's all position locations. But when you're drawing things, you're always traveling. Okay? You are always traveling in positions. All right, so in calculations, we're going to go right away to high center, okay, high system line conditions. We're going to go into the Arctic surface shell, okay? It's a placebo cortex line stream, all right? You guys are in your submarines yesterday, so we're going to go into Oracle line center, okay? We're going to go into a rotation system location. We're going to channel line center and interference. Now, the calculation line position locations changing the streamline position location of orbs, orb line center rotation interference, and rotation line conditions, all right? Flaw erection of time centers coming into calculations, all right? High streams, high winds, high forcing, galaxy line center, cosmic interference, location of universe line system. It's all calculated and modified to the stream centers, okay? So we got ground line center, we got the force line center, power recognition, and we got position location of coils. Now we're going to set the core line center rotation. See the intelligence? In position locations comes in Vega, Vega communication cycle. All right, Vega's over here in position. There's Vega, right? In high line center, locking in frame position location calculations, high stream interference, scan line centers and position calculations, right? Scanning system, allocate time switch, rotation center position, right? So downshift and high rotation in calculations. So it changes the water stream interference location, the Arctic system location, Antarctica. Antarctica comes in position locations to a flower erection of time center, opens all calculation modification streams, in position location and calculations, high streams to interference line center. All right, so travel position location and calculations, right? Set up the code signal line center. In calculation modification system, code signal locations and crews units 1 and 2, squad line center, interference location, GFLs, and everything at the rebellion. Set the core line center, put them back in the submarine interference location, set the course line stream interline position location, bring in position. So we're going to teleport the unit line center to all levels of California, San Andreas Fault, that calculations. We're going to go 300,000 feet below the ground system and see the Grothians. It's all set up in signal, rotation, interference. We're going to set the energy resistor line in rotation to its ground line center, set up a new mountain line center rotation and interference locations, and its platitude 70,000 crop circles in each division location of its ground system. Calculation modified to all line center. In position locations, right? So the platitude division line center is going up in all track center and position location clocking. So we come into a triangle base communication cycle. See the triangle? It's set in signal line center and line position location calculations. Set the stream interference location to code system. Allocate streamline centers and rotation line centers. Locking in frame and position location calculation. High system line streams. Now the streams line center is going to change position. All right, in position location. Is that? All right. So it's time streaming. It's coming back into force line center. Okay, into calculation. So it's amazing how you take these things. So it's just basically how the XT1000 comes into all position location to calculation, right? So it's going into the vessel communication of the XT1000. Now it's taken back to all levels of California, right? Zip, zap, zoom. Platitude division in position locations back in sun and ground. Highlight centers, okay? In position locations, there we go. Out through signal, right? It's gone. All right. So in position locations, calculations. Now, going into portal defense lines, part of the line centers change position location calculations. Going into whiteboard graph line center, and calculation modifications, stream interference. Okay, code line center, open the portal line center. Portal opens it, position location calculation, right? Out through signal, right? Code signal line center and positional calculations. Stream interference in position locations, all right? All right, so this is position locations of the rebellion. Crew units 1 and 2 position line center and calculation modification system. Observers are on a outline center. Now, all the new viewers are just getting ready to use their calculations to use their avatar system. These are the outline centers. When you guys are higher position location in the Galactic units, you go in position. Okay, outline centers, the new people. Okay, this is the position location of rebellion, and everybody to the line center location to its calculations of GFL. High rotation interference. Now, in position locations, we lock the line centers, all line center in calculations. All right, so CALI. All right, so interesting how it goes this calculation line system rotation interference. Opens all track system. CALI equals, okay, diamond, okay, bracket code. Into bracket code line center. Interference locations equals Grothian. All right, Grothian box equals TV reception. All right, TV reception locks in system line interference. Code signal line and rotation and position location. Grothians are coming in. Gravitational pull. High rotation line centers. Transition locations going to white graph line interference. Okay, so the CALI line center set up an operation line position calculations. Let's go into code signal line center. I'm going to set up the high line rotations, AI position line calculations, in rotation center, modification line center in all position locations, vector core line center, in position locations, code line system rotations, triangulating interference line positions, tracking interference line conditions, all position to calculation line conditions, track all levels of pyramid activation line, stream interference locations, come into all line centers, whether within interference line positions equals 0 equals 1 line 1. Communication interference, rotation center line position calculations all through California. California line stream in position locations, all channels, come to colors and change position colors and line system. Change position locations, all right? So the atom is in rotation, coming to calculation line stream. All right, so St. Andrew's Fault, we're going 300,000 feet in the ground system. But position locations, you have to understand how to travel through direction of time, all levels through triangles. Now it's in core line center, it's all position location, the weather pattern interference, cosmos universe line equals 0 equals 1/1. In position locations, 1 line center. In position locations of 0, 1. In position location 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 of 0, 1. All right. 0, 1 line center. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 position location, 5-dimensional line center. Locked in interference location of California. Communication interference. Open L track line center and line condition rotation. Now it's set in signals. Now we go back and calculation all levels. Calculation modification, all stream interference. Okay. And then we go back in force line centers, back in future line interference location, a code system to all levels. All right. Tracks interference locations, 5-dimensional line centers, 5-dimensional lock interference locations, calculation all levels. mountain interference, triangle line center, impositional calculations, all stream interference location and calculations. In high line center, code signal line center, 300,000 feet, 300 positions, 350,000 line position ground system. Okay, imposition locations, going into tunnels, line center, rotation interference. Trial position location calculations. Now the portal's coming in, trial position locations, you're going down the streamline center. Set and signals, teleportation units coming in. Signal rotation, how it changes from this to this, the coloration line center. You're coming in the ground line center and position locations. Here are the growth line centers, ready in position. All right, rebellion since set line center, rotation and line conditions, opposition to its calculations. Growthians are setting up a new pyramid line center, rotation interference location, clocking line centers, 5 division line centers. There's the Growthians, right? In calculations, you guys are on the high line center, left line, inner line, rotation interference. This is you guys, the calculation line system. All right, so you're in a purple line and rotation interference, calculation modification line system. The imposition location calculations. This is you, the rebellion line center interference. Imposition location of GFL position location of blue line center interference, position location calculation line system. Streaming line center and code line center orientation and interference. Okay, so the rebellion GFL position locations, observer line centers, outline center and interference, getting to know their avatar system location calculations. All right, so these are the growth line centers, right? Imposition code signal line center. 20 minutes, have fun. Ooh-ah. Gonna get some water. I fed you. I did you. I gotta work. All right, how's everybody feeling? How do I talk so fast? All right. Lots happening, isn't it? So as you guys are 350,000 feet below, we got the Growthian channel, operation system locations. Understand the calculation modification to its cycle, right? All right, so we got this set up through all position locations. So it's all about changing the ground line centers all of 0, 1. That tracks its interference location humanity. That sets the core line center. So once Mother Earth comes out of track line center, she comes into stargates right through the sun. Comes out to a beautiful position locations of a whole computer adaptation cycle. Rotation interference locations. The avatar sequence line center is set up to all position location line connections. Stream interference to all line center. So it's something to look forward to that line connection rotation. How we all doing? Okay. It's a lot going on, eh? All right, let's see here. Just backtracking here, making sure everybody's in sequence, line communications, making sure they're drinking their water. All right, wow, there's a lot of people in here. Welcome, everyone. Okay, take care, acknowledge, Val, how's it going? Trey, how's it going? Jill, how's it going? Wow, there's a lot of people in here, a lot of energy. Amber, Ellen, Sammy, Airbender, Michael, Johnny, Gigi, Alicia, okay, connection line system locations. Darren, how's it going? For all the new viewers, you're just basically getting to know yourself. Getting to know yourself for the very first time, especially when you're traveling through space-time system. Sarah, how's it going? So for all the new viewers, you probably won't understand it because it's extremely complicated, but you're here to learn you. The real you is all levels of memory. And that's the way you get position location to its calculations, but it's all through division, through its imagination to its core. It recognizes you through all your timeline system locations of all memory. All right. So, okay, let's see, calculations. Watch the waves, team, incoming oceans, data rise and flow. Listen when you feel it's important. Okay, please check in if you're present. Yeah, so the rebellion is there to help you out. The best thing to do is not to communicate. Really get into you first until you get to higher levels, because the team of the rebellion and the GFLs, my crews, the units, and the squads, 1 and 2 were already in their telepathy. If you want to get in that position, let me know. I can get you in higher division, right? But you have to get into full communications of you through telepathy of your imagination first. Thank you, Jill. Taryn, how's it going? Andrea, how's it going? Messina, how's it going? Chris, how's it going? I know, it's amazing how we're coming into this, all the system locations. Gypsy. All right. Let's see here. All right. Great. Codes are ready. Portal room. Bifrost ready. Delta line set up for the ground. Sonar panels. Recalibrating binary data. Completed as well. Decoys. Okay. So you guys are in calculations. It's good to see that through track center. Plasma shields, primary positions, growth unit positions, water starters positions. Good. It's a little bit more confusing because you guys understand the rebellion and the GFL knows exactly what's going on. So they're given information. When you guys go to higher divisions, your program locations come to integration. So it's like me giving you something ahead of time. So I give you a 24-hour notice, a 48-hour notice, or a 72 window, right? And when you get more high rise, you get more plateaus, more data streams in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You got a month of information that's given to you, right, ahead of time. And that's what this is all about. It's a process that you have to understand how faster you can travel through direction of time or anything through space-line condition. It's a lot more fun when you understand recognition of everything through its integration. All right. Engage. Yeah, I got zero idea what is being said. That's okay, Vicky. Yeah, you're not alone. Yeah. It's confusing because you're still in the track center of up here. It's the headspace. Try to get into the avatar sequence. You have to learn how to use telepathy to each other now, guys. Okay. We're coming into a whole new space world. So, all right. So in position line center, it's all calculated and modified. All right. Try to understand what's going on. The GFLs and their bound, they already know what they're doing. The cruise units 1 and 2. So we'll go back to all levels at 369. Okay. Now 369 again is just trying to understand that it's all set up for you to travel through. A very easy, basic understanding. Now, to protect your security line defense is to put a position location to its travel. All right, you're traveling through that. So to understand that is you have to understand the grounds of rotation, right? And the thing is too, you have to understand what's going on through your clocking system of dimension. So, 24 sequence, you can be in a 24 sequence, 24 sequence, 24 sequence. Doesn't have to be 48, 72. You're just getting to know yourself in a new clocking center. You guys are in 12 position line centers, but you're in position location of 24 clocking, right? How it goes from 13, 14, 15, 16, all the way up to 24. Now that tracks the locations of times pi, right? So times pi is a variation. It's a tactic line, center line, kind of like it's a piece of pie. It's a pyramid. It's a slice of pie. Okay, that's what it is. That's times pi, right? Times equals pi. Okay, times equals pi. Variation equals line center of 4. Okay, 4 variations times pi. So it's all about the size graph line center and position locations and what you're doing through travel. Okay. So it's a compilation of what you see through laser direction to its perception. Okay. So you're seeing everything all at once, right? In one timeline. You start off with one timeline, and when you go to higher level system through variation, you go to all levels of timelines all at once. Okay. And you reference everything because there is no past, there is no future, there's only the now, which is you. And that's the 1%. But you have to understand the security line defense first, right? Once you get in your security line defense, then you can travel through it. You can set up so many levels of traveling through triangles. Then you come into levels of your positions. Okay, when it comes into, you can come into the Merkaba. Now, the Merkaba is the base. It's the torical field, all right? Torical field. All right, it looks like this. Torical field, right? Now, it's got another plasma line center around its position location. Okay? Now, that is a tetrahedron, right? Now, that's set in signal in rotation. Okay? So, understanding how to use the E fields in rotation. Okay, it hovers around the system location and protects you. Okay, it's a metal base. We call it a stream center in calculation. All right? So, it rotates its system location in position. All right? Now, understanding timeline center is all levels of U through track center in rotation and interference location to its connections, right? So it's incredible when you set up stream center line interference and then you travel position locations. Here's a portal in position ready. The tetrahedron is ready to travel. Going through equation. So it knows exactly how to travel through it, through secure line defense. I don't have to set up the secure line defense because it's already set. I've already traveled through this already. Okay, so don't get confused when you're traveling. You start off with all levels from 3, 6, and 9 first, right? That helps you always informs. Now, the 3 doesn't have to be here. The 3 could be here. The 3 could be here. The 3 could be in the center, or the 3 could be here. Where's the 9? Where's the 9? You don't have to worry about the 9 because it's you. Remember, the 1% is you through the physical system. It's always there for you. So the 1 could be anywhere. It could be with the 3. It could be inside the 3. It could be around the 3. It could be over across the 3. It could be activation to that line center. It could be the north line position location and track line connection. Right? Just to know that the 1% is always you. It's always the center operation. So 3 line center, 3 rotation, 3 activation, and everything through 3 position location is the south. All right? In position locations of the west in high system. You got to get your north, west, south, and east, guys. Okay? West, and you got your east. Okay? And you got your north. North is you use as the reference, and then you come into your diamond cores, guys, the travel. Okay? So, and then you come into your size graph system, right? And then you come into levels of your trifactors of times pi. Okay? Time equals pi. Right? So a perfect example is understanding 3 line centers in position locations, right? So 3 is always position of the sun. That never leaves in position, all right? But if you go into higher level digit line center, say you have your clocking system and you're in a 24 sequence, okay? And then you want to start off at 13, you want to start off at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. There you go. There's a clocking system, right? Now, you have to understand what's going on. This is you, dimensional setting. This is you through position location of dimensional lock. Traveling through a position location is easy through connections. How did I do that with equation to the 24 clocking system? So truly understand that anything position locations of 24 to 13 is what? 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So once you go to 12, the digital line center to 9 changes its position to a new clocking system into another digit line center in calculations. So it comes into a 3-number line center, 2, 4, 1. All right? That's how it works. So the faster you go, the more you stand the calculations. So you have the little hand, you have the big hand, and you have the little hand that goes around, right? The little hand's the sun, the big hand's the moon, and you going around the clock is you through travel, through a watch. Your watch is a teleportation of you. That's how you calculation line centers the levels of a sundial, calculation on levels of shades and shadows. You get a stick, and you put it in the sand, you put a clocking center with your finger in the sand, okay? And you put a time vector times pi, equation line center, 15 minutes, right? That's times pi. That's 4 variation locations into that positions into its 15-second line system, right? So that's the calculations how you have to really understand how to use a clocking system. It's a lot more fun when you understand how to use it, right? So you start with 3, 6, 9, and then you come into your diamond core. And then you come into your clocking system. So 3, 6, and 9 is always you in center. Okay? So that's what it is. 3, 6, and 9 is all levels of you inside. Because the sun and the moon is in your position location. It's always inside you. It's always inside you. And everybody's in a different atmosphere of time. You have your own sun, you have your own moon, you have your own simulation, you have your own game set. So you are controlling your own creation, people, all through the sun and the moon. Sun through light of travel through the avatar of 369 and its program of its moon, which is its modem and its Wi-Fi. You need the two to have a TV reception. Ooh, ah. Okay. So how are we doing so far? All right. Flying through the fall to the correct positions, larger, darker crystals. Excellent. Pulling in the codes. That's great. Some that make sense without being activated. I think it's about time I get activated. Yeah, activation line stream is very important. You're just basically getting to know your avatar system. You automatically will go to Orion's belt just to get to know your memories, especially when you're traveling. You have to understand the importance because when you go into my school, you get more informed with yourself. Like you're really, it's like walking into something that is so amazing, and you're actually traveling through this through the mind, and you're creating this through your imagination of your thoughts. So whatever I'm saying, you're picking up, right? You're picking up certain levels of vibration. You can't do it through the headspace. You have to do it through the mind adaptation. This opens up all cycle line interference to all clocking center and position locations to 3, 6, 9 of pattern. Okay. But you have to understand this and this before you go into any other platform. And then you come into your own imagination to its own clocking system to the geometrics operation of direction, GOD. You have to learn how to travel through geometrics, the operation to directions to divisions of space and time. That's the only way you guys will high rise in the mind system of collaboration. The correlation panel and its communication of his avatar is in his stream system. All right. The rebellion and the GFL can help you out. If you have any questions or comments, I can help you out and always inform. So anything at position. But it's important how to travel through it. And then you create your own platforms. Your job is to get interline its connections to all levels, reaching the activations of your soul. Bringing back the love of you, bringing back the activations of you, bringing back everything through its abundance, bringing everything back to its surrender, and staying in your heart. You have to stay in your heart. This volume's at so many levels of portals. You'd be amazed how many timelines your heart has. All timelines. Your heart is a computer, people. So it recognizes you every single time you use your thoughts of travel. Positive, negative, it doesn't matter, right? As long as you stay in the center and stop bouncing around with your head, after a while, it's going to hurt. You want to stay in the center operation of the right line center of Mother Earth and the left of Father Space. Realm division line center, pyramid activation positions, all position locations, flux capacity line connections, throat pattern interference line position calculations, high energy light centers, electrical light position locations, clocking line centers, 5-dimensional line systems, barcode interference location calculations, 2 vector line center, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 track line centers, body and line position locations, 5 atmospheres of time. And that's 12 track system location to your avatar system. That's stream interference, people. You have to learn how to travel the 369 of your 12 DNA, right? So you can travel to 12 dimensions of time, of space. And once you go to higher levels, because you guys are in 100 chakras right away, you have to understand the 12 DNA because it's positions at you that stays in the 1%. So you have to learn how to balance everything through the mind. 100% of the mind and 1% of the physical. which is adaptation cycles, location to your manifestation to your creation, location to its division. All right. So adding codes, growth things, stepping in good communication line systems. All right. So the energy is flowing nicely in here. It's fantastic. It's great to see new people. Okay, here. Seeing the stone guardian spiders falling, the Gorothians, it's working. The spider is good. Imposition locations. Everything that I do is already done. The rebellion's coming into the core line center at the beginning. So they know exactly where they're coming into because they're given information ahead of time because they're more into the future, right? Which is the now. So they stay in the now. The more you stay in the now, the more you stay in the heart. As soon as you get in your headspace, you're confused, right? 2-track line centers, offline position right away. There's no either or. There's no in between. There's no maybe. There's no I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can't do this. I don't want to do this. This isn't me. Negative, 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 negative. Why are we so negative? Because that's all we know. We don't know anything else otherwise. We don't know what to do with ourselves, right? But once you change the process and the communications at all levels of you, your geometry center changes the outer stream. You come into full fruition of light communications of division of time and space. And it opens up all track line center interference location to calculation. Without even thinking. See? Communication line center interference location calculations. Without even thinking. Without even thinking, right? No thinking. Knowing exactly what you're doing to calculation. Right? I don't have to look at my fingers to know it's 2 and 2, guys. It's all in memory. It's already stored. The faster you spin, the understanding more through calculations, you get things through surrender. You got to surrender to these things. Know you have the love in the system location that wants to be activated, that wants to understand this, that wants to understand that. That's the motivation that you want. You want to high stream everything and put yourself in your own abundance location to its connections. Give yourself credit on everything that you do every single day. You're a life system, a full resonance of patterns through the heart system, people. Okay? You become your own prodigy. To all channels of space-time. To its division location, all through psychological line channel, business locations, all levels of heart line system. There you go. Calculation modified. All right. Okay. Thank you, Gypsy. Game center, level up. Yep. Landing, checking landings. See, the thing is, they're buying into GFL already knows what they're doing. So that's a good thing because they already set the platforms. So it's kind of like setting a hologram structure into your mainframes. Know exactly what you're going to do before you travel position, location, to calculations. So one more time, it's generally standing this and this first, right? So it's really, when you draw, don't think. It's already stored, mainframe. So this is really standing, come into this, right? And then you come into this to this. Now it gets complicated as you go. I can set signals, line, position, location, activate the streamline center and position, location, calculations. So I can add things, right? Add that to that. Well, what's this? This has nothing to do with this. This is extremely high rise through AI. So this is calculated all levels of Vega. Vega's coming in, communication on line stream. Okay? Sets a core line center, knows exactly what it is to graph interference. Sets a core line center in position locations. So it's all about doing things through travel. So my finger is activating to its own center. It understands its position location through its calculations. Each finger represents you through different timelines. Baby, child, teenager, adult. Why do you think they're all different? Identification to its system right there, right? So you have to understand how to use each finger point as a clocking system. If you want to register position locations and you want to communicate with your loved ones and all that, you have to integrate their locations. Are they in position of baby, child, teenager, adult? It modifies all of the clocking system to 369 to fluctuation 2, its clocking system. If you connect to an adult and they're a child, no connection. You're going to have reverberation channels offline signal, virus communication offline position, and your clocking system will go in back force connection in position, right? Triangle line center would be offline center. You'd be going this way instead of this way location to its track system. So you're confusing the clocking line center all through position, right? So you always want to go forward in life. You can reference things in the past, but once you go to higher positions, north is just a reference of travel. Okay. So everything is up and everything is down in position locations. Everything goes around in circular rotation. The circulatory communication cycles, rotation interference, comes into all levels of energy in program line center to an atom rotation. Ooh-ah. There's the planet. So, pretty powerful stuff, isn't it? Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. So you guys set up the position line center. So set up in stream interference location and calculations, right? I set the codes up in the high center, all levels, right? So the platitude divisions are all set. They're already done. Everything's done. The core line center, everything position locations all over. The ground line centers, everything position locations. The growth themes are set up. New parent activation line stream interline condition, lower their interference location calculation. In rotation center is all set up now. Everything's done through equation. All right. Take track line centers, everything through all levels. Crew units 1 and 2 position locations. Take them out of track center, back in the earth line rotation position, back in calculation where they are through track system. Take everybody out in the new line center position, observation line center to Orion's belt calculations. Take everything to the GFLs and everything they're rebellion, back in communication cycles, back where they are, division locations from its present line system, which is now line system. Done. There you go. Now you're back through calculation. That's how things are done through travel, guys. $42,000 line streams. Clocking system of 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See? Interesting. How come there's 10 and not 12? Why is there a clocking system to 10 and not 12? Why is that? Anybody tell me that? What's the seconds between the second line system locations? Why is space so fast and Earth is so slow? Anybody tell me that? Streaming line center line can exchange interference locations. Space-time has its division location of all timelines. Earth is in one perception location of one timeline. So you have to understand how to use the clocking system, right? It signals interference location at all levels, right? Because the thing is too, why do you think you guys have a 12 clocking system? Why do you think you have a 12 light system? Why do you think you have a 12 dark system? 3, 6, and 9. Ooh-ah. Past, present, future. Past, present, future. Future position of going forward. Okay? Forward, not backwards, forward, right? Line stream interference location to calculations puts you in a graph line center to CALI line position locations into graph interference in position location to calculation. Right? Travel position line centers. Okay? That's why you have a clocking stream of 12. 12 clocking system. 12 plus 12 is 24. 24 is coming in sequence location times 1 position location is 24,000 line center. So 1 plus 1 is never 2. All right, it's always moving forward position location. Space is always ahead of time because it knows its timelines, guys. There is no past, there is no present, there's no future, only the now. But setting the streamline center position location wakes you guys up more higher through velocity, through E equals M velocity of diamond. The equation interference location is no longer E equals MC squared. That calculation modification line stream interference location is its position of 24 sequence, 24 clocking system, right? So you got 12 days of light, 12 days of night, 24 line center right there in calculations, right? You have to learn how to use the circumference of your avatar stream interference and travel to your timelines to get to know your memories of its ascension. So, in calculation modification to its sideline center. All right. So, very, very powerful. We come in at line sys locations. All right. Questions or comments? Let me know. You guys did a fantastic job. All right. So tomorrow, we're going to get into high-level rotations. We're going to get into a more planet surface of synchronous and line conditions and how we line sail everything through string theory and its rotation. Everybody have a great day. Adios.